Hey guys, today is still May 12th. Uh, Still here at Squatch Camp. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My guest should be arriving here within the next hour or two, I would suppose. But no, last weekend was a phenomenal weekend. I officiated a wedding for one of the guys on the team and a very good personal friend of mine, Chris. And the wedding was in Prescott, Arizona, in a very beautiful setting, um, kind of like a little nature preserve. And uh, so the wedding ceremony itself was in the amphitheater that's there. So this is an open area. Um, out just on the outskirts of Prescott on the way to Lynx Lake. And I kind of thought I got a buzz during part of the service when I was talking to Chris and his new bride. And, and I kind of shrugged it off. And so later on, after the ceremony, and they're off getting their wedding pictures taken in the beautiful scenery around there. And I'd gone out to my truck to smoke a cigarette. When I was coming back, I got zapped really good. And I was like, well, hello, who's this? And got Raritol, and that there was 13 of them there. And without knowing exactly, I knew exactly where they were at. There's this old dead tree up the hill about 70 yards away from where the actual ceremony was. And I said, is that where you guys are at? And then I got a light zap again after that for confirmation. So I went inside the hall where we were holding the reception. And, of course, the whole Arizona team was there. And so I'm telling Wayne and Rob about what just happened. And while we're sitting there, Wayne gets zapped. And then I got zapped again. And then Wayne got zapped again. And I think Wayne got zapped 3 or 4 times. And I was like, man, this is incredible. And, so I kind of went to go see where Chris and his wife are at. And as I got out on one of the trails, and yes, they were still taking their pictures. And he took kind of a break for a second, and I went, there's 13 here. And he kind of holds his finger up and he says, we'll talk later. Yeah, I was like, gotcha. So I let him, I let him. They went and finished taking their photographs, and we really didn't get much time to talk there at the reception, because he had family in from all over the country, and so did she, and this wasn't the squatching trip. This was friends and family trip, and so just kind of let it be. Well, later that night, in the resort where we were all staying at, sitting down in the in the little restaurant there, having a couple of drinks, and he comes up to me and he says, I knew there was 13 because right in the middle of the ceremony, I got zapped, and he said I got the shit zapped out of me. And so I asked him, I said, what part of the ceremony was it? Was it when I was talking to you both about faith, hope, and love? And he goes, exactly. And that's when I got hit also, and because it kind of made me stutter my words for a second, and I just kind of thought, oh gosh, here I go, I'm officiating this wedding and I'm going to blow everything. But I didn't, and it went fine. But Chris and I, we sat and we talked about that for a little bit, and how special is that? That an area that we've never researched went and had a wedding in the outdoors and had the pretty much the whole team there, and this happens. You know, I couldn't make this one up if I tried. But you know, it it just goes back to, you know, what we always say: what one knows, they all know. And, you know, so apparently they knew we were going to be there, and apparently they were excited about it, and apparently they showed up and sat on the side of the hill and watched Chris get married. Go figure. You know, and when we consider them friends and family, you know, they go where they want, they do what they want, they do what they do when they do it. So I've, you know, because I haven't had any videos for a while, and, you know, I figured I'd come on and share this one because, you know, even though it wasn't a squatching trip, you know, we had activity, you know, and this is just the way our lives go. Anyway, as I was saying, that's just the way our lives go. You know, we don't have to be out here in the, you know, in the middle of nowhere to experience what we experience. We have them, you know, come visit our houses. You know, matter of fact, you know, I wanted to do a quick video, but my wife cleaned up the mess at the house. We got these little cheap solar lights out front. You know, they're probably about that tall, and they got a little black cap on them, and then they got the prong stick in the ground. Well, the cap, you kind of, I'm right here. The cap you kind of have to push down and then twist to get off to be able to get to the little battery that's inside of it. Well, one of the caps was removed off of the light and sitting right next to the light. Wasn't a skunk. Wasn't a javelina. We have javelina rooting through our yard all the time. Wasn't a javelina. Wasn't the elk. Elk ain't gonna take a cap off of something, and I mean they'll chew stuff up, but so will the javelina. But you know, not disturb the light, but take the cap off and set the cap directly next to it. You know, so you know, my wife, she's like, "Your friends were here." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Look at the light out there." I looked. I went, "Oh crap." And so I went to get my phone. Well, the time I did that, she got it picked up and put back together. And didn't make a video, but you know, so this is the kind of stuff that happens. But that's it for this video. You know, just kind of a little tale of a wedding. So as always, I thank each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. Please be good to yourselves, and be good to each other, and please, 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 please stay safe. Peace out.